Masechet Hullin Daf Amud Aleph, 19 lines down. Marav Chizda. Pirchus Shamru Besof Shechita. When they say that the animal is jerk, when it says that the animal is moving around after death, that it happens at the end of slaughter. My Besof that would mean end of slaughter. Be'em Shechita while slaughtering. So why does it say end? Not the beginning of slaughter does not count. How do I know this from? The Tanakh Mishnah says, if a small animal stuck out its front leg but not retracted after, pislat pasul. When did it happen? Even if it happened at the end. The animal has to live that long after its throat has been cut. Just be in the middle. Rava says 1 second. Maybe it is the end. Shani Mary, and I'll say it could happen. Anything happened at the end. Maybe the animal died from before. So again, that is the first opinion on the jerking that happened at the end of slaughtering. Hara is Hakamar. Pirkus Shamu Shita, the jerking, the death throes happens at the beginning of Shechita. Mar Hara is Hak. Mina Hanas from the time Mishnah said, Mar Shimon. Ashaheb Lazman slaughters at nighttime. Har Masak, the name of the found blood all over the place. Kesherat Kasher Zinika. Obviously, the blood spouted, the animal spouted blood, and therefore it was a good animal, good at slaughtering. Shmuel says, when it says the walls had blood, it means the walls by the throat. If you want to say the jerking is good enough in the beginning, then that makes sense. And like at the end, maybe it only happened in the beginning. So how would you know if you saw it at nighttime? Or I said, no, maybe spouting blood is good enough. You don't need the animal to jerk around. So that's good. But Mishnah says, says it's good enough for it. It's not the best option, but it's less demanding. The blood sprouting all over the place is required by Rabban Gamliel, and that's more than Hachamim who only need the animal to move its leg. He said the father of Abu Varam, which is Abu Varam himself, asked the question. The Amri la Huwa the Varam was saying, brother, is blood sprouting, is the blood spouting all over the place? That considered better than Hachamim's sign of the leg moving? By the time Mishnah said Hachamim said the leg or the back leg has to move around. What are they talking about? Who said it has to move both legs? They should have said once it jerks it, it's okay. That they're arguing against Rabbi Eliezer, who said regarding the blood, v'adif ma'ad, and if it's more of a requirement, it's more superior of a demonstration that the blood spouting is more than moving a leg. It shouldn't say unless; it should say it must have, not unless. Gemara says, okay, fine. The animal moving around has to happen at the end. It says, sure, when it says an ox, or kesef, or sheep, prat l'kilaim that excludes a hybrid animal that cannot be brought as a korban. Or ayez, or goat, prat l'nidmeh, that excludes an animal that even if it came, let's say a goat gave birth to another animal, and it's supposed to be a goat, but does not look like a goat. Also, if it looks like a sheep, it's not good. Ki when he gives birth, prat l'osedofin that excludes a C-section animal. Shibayim 7 days, prat l'hosezman that excludes an animal that was born not 7 days yet, alive. Tahat imo, under its mother, prat le'yatom, it can't be orphaned. Hayatum, now it's the orphan. Hey, what's the case? If you want to say that the mother gave birth and died, what does that mean? How can you always make sure that the animal's mother's alive for shit in order to bring us a korban? Maybe it's some case where the animal died first and then it gave birth. The thing is, we know that it's already a problem because we know you can't do C-sections. And the Trita must be, the mother died and then it came out alive. Okay, if you want to say that the mother has to be alive at the end of the birth process, that makes sense. We have to exclude the separate case of the orphan. But yeah, if you want the animals not to be alive at the end, we have to exclude it from the C-section concept. So therefore, as well, regarding shechita, there has to be a sign of life after the shechita of the animal. Now we're going to go to the maskana about what we hold about the animal, the death throes. Marava. Hilchot haki haben titan al chazak the breita. Behemoth like a small animal, shepashtei adav like a goat or sheep that it moved its front leg, v'lo yachzira, but did not retract it, pisulas pasul, it's not kosher. But the was that applied to when they moved the front leg. Allah bereja, but if the back leg, ben pashtav, when it kafa ben kafa, b'shav, they not extended it, but not bring it back, or retracted it, but not bring it forward, kesheras kasher. But the man was that apply, but like a small animal. Because a big animal, ben biyab ben b'ragel, whether front or back leg, ben pashtav whether they're extended or did not retract, ben kafa b'shav or retracted, did not bring it forward, kesheras kasher. For all from regarding a bird, even if it only just fluttered one of the wings, or if it only moved its tail, that's considered a death throw to the animal and its kosher. Gemara says, "Mashma was the hidush. Kulu trinu learned from the Mishnah. Behemah that kasher pashay da, but the his animal, the small animal did not do the leg move forward but not backwards kosher. She'ena like with an evish because that is the dying. That's the one that's dying. That's why it's not kosher. Yad in the front, yes, but not the back leg. The in small animal, not a big animal. What's the hidush? Seemingly, it's all said. Gemara says. Oh, yes, it's true. The animal we already knew, but we don't have to teach you the hidush of the bird. The Lotanan and the Mishnah did not mention that. Okay. New Mishnah. Hashohed lav someone slaughtered an animal for a goy. Shehirato kishiras kasher. Eliezer kasher Eliezer kasu. Amar Eliezer said, "Why? Feel shahatat lechol even if the Jew slaughtered it, so that goyim could eat it. Mehatzar kaved shela, even just from its diaphragm, meaning he sold the entire animal to the Jew except for the diaphragm. Pislas pasul. Shestam hashevet v'rachamim la'avod kofim because we were worried that the goy is using it for avodah zarah. Marbella said, "Kal v'chomer davrim." You can bring a kal v'chomer. We see in a case that if someone has the wrong intention by korbanot, it makes it pasul. It only goes according to the person doing the slaughtering or the service, like the kohen, not the owner. So regarding in a case where the intention does not make it pasul, like a non-kedosh animal, it must be everything goes out to the slaughterer, not the owner. Now, the Gemara tonight, according to the first Tanaim, Tanakam and Eliezer, Itlu the Rabbi Eliezer the Rebbe, they hold like Rabbi Eliezer. Then it says, Shmati, I heard Shabalim Pimifaglin, the owner of a korban, can make his animal korban pigul. He can ruin it with his intentions. Me, however, Tanakam holds Isham Inuda Hashib. If we heard that the goy said that he wants to do for Zera, that's a problem. If you not hear it, not a problem. We don't say that he automatically is assuming that we're having an intention for Avodah Zarah. But the other says no. Even if we did not hear him say that he wants it, we say he is doing it automatically. It says even if we did hear him say it, we don't care because the other guy is slaughtering it. I don't care what the guy is thinking. Different version of what went down. The Rebbe cannot come on and argue in the case where he did say he had intention for Avodah Zarah. Tanakama holds, when we say that one intention can ruin the other guy's Avodah, the other guy slaughtering it, that's only for in regards to the Korbanot and Bet HaMikdash. But regular animals, not a problem. Hutz meaning we don't learn outside from inside. Outside Bet HaMikdash. As comes and says, we do learn, and therefore the guy, the owner of the Avodah Zarah guy, can have a problem, can make it wrong. But then comes to say, I feel even into the Bet Mikdash, we don't hold that one guy can the owner can ruin the Kohen's process. Okay, itma. Someone slaughters an animal with intention to throw its blood from Avodah Zarah. Or to burn it fat for Avodah Zarah. Rabbi Yochanan says the animal pasul for benefit. Rabbi Yishmael why? You can have an intention during the service to ruin it for other stuff. And he learns outside from inside, out non-kadosh animals for Avodah Zarah, just like you can ruin it, just like a korban in the Bet HaMikdash for its wrong intention, like pigul. And Rish Lakish Amar Mutar, Rish Lakish is not Mutar. In Mahashbin Avodah, one Avodah cannot ruin the intention from another Avodah. We look at me and we don't learn from the Bet HaMikdash. We see that they each hold like their own reasoning from prior. The Itmar brother says, Shahatat Lishma, if someone slaughtered a Kuman Hatat for its own sake, Lizrog Damash Lishma, but to throw the blood for the wrong sake. Yohanan Bisla, Rakishin Kishamar Piskira, Yohanan Pasul, and she's the Kasher. Yohanan Bisla, Yohanan Pasul, Mahashbin Avodah, because one Avodah intention can ruin the second one. Intention from intention of Pigul. Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish Mark Rabbi Shimon considers kasher. In Mahashim Na'udah, one intention cannot ruin the second one. V'lam really gonna mean that's what we go. We don't learn from we go. Now the question is, why we need two separate cases of this machloket between Rosh Lakish and Yochanan? The first case of the intention of Avodah, and the second case intention is one Avodah with the wrong intention for the next. Which we both cases. Yet we have mentioned in the first case Avodah Zarah, Behak Amar Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish. You would have thought Rabbi Lakish would only say it's not good. Mishum dechutin because we don't learn from Asab and Dash and Dash. But regarding Avodah inside of the Mikdash, like Pihu, Imma Model Yochanan, you agree with Yochanan. We have mentioned the case by the Bet Mikdash, but Yochanan would say that it could ruin it because it's Bet Mikdash. Aber Achar Regayim Tazra, Imma Model Yochanan, maybe you agree with Yochanan, that's okay. See, therefore, we need to therefore, twice, teach you that they hold out the reasons in both cases. Amen.